Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're testing a full face of hot new trending products. We have the dates now for the Sephora Savings event, and I want to make sure that I thoroughly test and review as many new product launches as possible to help you build out your shopping carts. Most of these items were sent to me complimentary, but as always, you will be getting my unfiltered, honest opinions. So let's get started. Last week, I received one of the most beautiful PR packages I've unboxed in a really long time. Now, I have already tried this product. I actually purchased as soon as it launched, but this is from Gucci Beauty. This is for the new Gucci Glow Skin Tint, which I've been using almost every single day. I've been storing it in the top drawer, but I cannot get over how beautiful this beauty box is. I am so grateful to receive anything complimentary, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times the bags, the packaging, the additional items that are sent with products tend to be lower quality or just not that great. They fall apart easily. It ends up going to the garbage, unfortunately. It's a huge waste. But this is absolutely stunning. I will be displaying this upstairs. Inside the bottom pouch is two shades of the Gucci Glow Skin Tint, Fair Medium 26 and Medium 32. Neither one is the shade that I picked out for myself, and they included the Gucci Matte Powder in 00. The shade I've been using is Medium 31. I do think it's maybe a little bit dark. It's fine whenever I have a sunless tan, which I do have today, so this works for me. But going into the winter months when I may not be sunless tanning as much, I want to try Fair Medium 26. This might be a better match. And then the Medium 32 I will most likely gift to somebody. I'm not even going to swatch it on the back of my hand. I am just going to apply to the skin and hope for the best. What I really love about this formula is that it goes on like a light foundation. I know it's called a skin tint, and I don't usually get all that excited about a skin tint, but this to me is the perfect everyday weight foundation. It says glow and it does have a radiant finish, but it's not greasy. It's more of a gel texture. Yeah, I actually think this is a much better shade, at least for now. This looks more natural. I don't have to worry about blending it all the way down the neck. Ooh, I'm so excited. Because I really like this formula. It's hydrating. That is my favorite part. I just got a new tretinoin prescription from my dermatologist, and I have been so dry and irritated. Like my lips right now feel so dry, they're burning. And it's not because I have dry lips. I wear lip product all the time. The problem is when you sleep in tretinoin, it spreads all over your face and it just dries out your skin. My skin has never looked so clear, but at the same time, it's dry and flaking all over the place. This formula is incredibly forgiving with any dry patches. It has the coverage of a foundation, the glow of a skin tint, but it still looks really natural. It feels very hydrating, not in a greasy, luminous way. It feels hydrating like a drink of water for your skin. And that's why it's been in the top drawer. This is one of my favorite new complexion launches that I've tried in a really long time. It's between this and the Dior Stick Foundation. Those have been my two go-to complexion products lately. Fair Medium 26 is definitely a better match for me. I was planning to try this RMS Beauty Revitalize Hydra Concealer in shade W016, but I'm taking it out of the box for the first time and I'm realizing this looks very dark. This does not look like a brightening concealer at all. In fact, it almost looks like more of a contour shade. I pulled out my favorite Natasha Denona. We can at least try the concealer brush that was sent over with the RMS. This is the Skin to Skin Concealer Brush 50C. I am very picky with the packages I accept. I turn down most PR offers unless it's something that I would have purchased anyway, or I think you would really be interested to see. I don't just accept products for the fun of it, but every once in a while things just kind of end up at my doorstep. I have no idea how, and that's what happened with the RMS. It's a very small concealer brush. This almost seems like it's more of a spot concealer. I really think this could work as a cream bronzer, which I have a powder bronzer, but I don't have cream. So I'm just going to see what happens here. I'm going to try using this to warm up the face. I'm going to do a quick spritz of my D'Alba First Spray Serum. I just checked the Sephora website and it says that this Gucci powder is new. So I'm thinking it must be a new formula because the Gucci powder is one of the first products that they launched whenever they rebranded. And I purchased 2 shades. At the time they didn't have a bronzer, so I purchased shade 9 to use as a bronzer. And then I don't remember my lighter shade, but ooh, this actually is working as a bronzer. That concealer is nice. Now I really want to try it in the right shade so that I can apply it under the eye, but it's very creamy. Wow. Definitely a bronzer shade though. Back to the Gucci powder, they don't have shade 00 listed on Sephora, so maybe this is a Gucci.com exclusive. This looks bright enough for the under eye, so I think we might try this. And then I also have this new Say Beauty powder. I think this is going to work for the rest of the face. This is going to work nicely under the eye because I like some brightness. My only complaint with the original pressed Gucci powder is that it didn't quite set the makeup. This clearly says it's meant to be blurring and mattifying. When you first applied it, it was amazing, but then maybe an hour later, I would feel like I needed to add a little bit more. Hopefully this new version of the powder truly sets and mattifies the makeup. That will be a game changer because I really love the Gucci products. I picked up a rougher 4 brush. It's tapered but still kind of fluffy. This powder looks so bright white, almost pure white in the compact, but let's see what it looks like on the skin and if it's any different than the original. Definitely matte, light, it's giving us a little brightness, but it's really not adding a ton of coverage to the makeup. It's just sort of setting everything. So far so good, but I know better. I know not to be fooled because that's exactly how the original powder looks under the eye. I like that it's not too bright though. I was a little bit nervous about this 00. But you know, powder, cream products, it all oxidizes over time. So even if you think something is really, really bright, as soon as it sits on the skin for a minute, it tends to get much darker. With powder, you should like it immediately. The true test is going to be, does it actually set the makeup? Is it going to stay matte and blurred? I'm switching over to the Say Slip Tint Undetectable Baked Setting Powder in Translucent 2. Picking that up with a different brush. Oh yeah, that is translucent. Oh my gosh, where is it? Nothing. Nada. It's meant to be light, so. Oh no, that's nice. See, that is very, very translucent. Just kind of tapped the shine away, set, but it's so light on the skin because, I mean, it's just a very, very fine powder. You could barely see it on the brush. I really like both so far. I feel like it set everything really nicely. We still have a little glow, you know, it's not too heavy, but everything is just sort of set in place. Anytime I'm powdering my face, I always go back with a little powder puff, and I like to apply a little extra powder right underneath the eye and then right in this little cheek pad area, and I just let it sit. I kind of do a baby bake. I quickly filled in my eyebrows as I've been letting that powder kind of sit and marinate on my skin, and my lips were feeling so dry, so I also applied a little bit of this Rhode Peptide lip treatment. So that's what you see, glossy, glossy on the lips, and I'm just going to dust this away. I don't want to let it sit for too long. Just enough to absorb any moisture and kind of stick. Whatever needed to stick is now stuck. This is one of the products I'm most excited to unbox. It just arrived yesterday from Givenchy. This is their new Prism Lee bronzer powder. They sent over shade 002, the bronzing and sculpting powder. It's been months since we first saw sneak peeks of this, and I believe it's been available other places, but it just arrived at the US. You have the Givenchy logo, a little stitching embossed on the powder, and even this lightest quadrant here, it has a bit of a champagne gold sheen to it. The other three squares look pretty matte, and then that one corner is a little bit more luminous. I'm limited on clean brushes, so I'm just going in with this angled, fluffy Laura Geller brush, and I'm gonna swirl all over. I feel like that's the best strategy, is to just kind of swirl around. Definitely has a fragrance like most of the Givenchy products. I like it. I like the color. For some reason, I'm not blown away the way I thought I would be. It's more of a cooler tone. And I think I just prefer maybe a warmer bronzer. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. I like it. I don't dislike it. But I'm also not going crazy for it. And it could be this isn't the best brush to use. I mean, it's adding warmth. I don't know what else I should be expecting. Maybe I just need to bring it down the neck. I think sometimes when you keep blending, that always helps. When I first applied, I was initially thrown because my makeup started to lift right here just a little bit. And so I think it kind of threw me off. The problem that I'm seeing is actually not the bronzer. It's because my makeup is still a little bit sticky. It still looks a little bit wet. I mean, I have so much glow. I don't think this is all from the Gucci, and I don't think it's all from the Givenchy. I think the problem is that neither one of those powders really set my makeup the way I'm used to with the Chanel loose powder. And because I have glowy products and I've layered powders, but the powders aren't really as mattifying as I need them to be, the more I layer things on top, it's just going to get cakier and cakier. Because now I look at my skin and I think it looks fine, but I feel like I need to add more powder. I'm not going to go in with the Gucci powder or the Say powder. I'm going in with Chanel to save the day. That's the only way I'm going to be able to truly smooth and blur everything. For blush, we're going to unbox the brand new Couture Face Palette from YSL. This is the Blush and Highlighter Palette Golden Oasis for Holiday 2025. This is absolutely magnificent. Inside you get 3 highlighters, 3 different blush shades. There's a great variety here. This is the first time I'm trying it on the face, and the shade that stands out to me the most is this one up here. It's this perfect kind of watermelon, strawberry shortcake goodness. It looks so pretty. So let's try this one first. Oh, it's so pretty. Definitely has a golden sheen. It's reminded me a lot of Orgasm from NARS, a classic. But I love this like fun, fresh-faced pink flush. That's very, very nice. Just for fun, on the other side, let's go into this shade down here. This is more of a raspberry. It looks like it has a cooler undertone and more of a silvery sheen to it versus gold. Ooh, that's pretty as well. Oh, I love it. Very silvery reflect. Since they included highlighters in the palette, I think they maybe should have gone with all matte blushes, because it'd be really easy to kind of swirl your brush. But considering how glowy the blushes are, you don't really need a lot of highlighter on top of this. I honestly don't need much highlighter, but because we have the palette, we might as well try. I'm going in. This is a BK Beauty Nikki LaRose N20 brush. And I want to see what this pink highlighter looks like. Somebody's dog is going crazy. What a little cutie. You can see them running around. Don't need a ton on the cheeks. It's a holiday palette, so we'll let it go. Definitely gives you plenty of highlighter, plenty of glow in this palette. This shade down here is going to be really beautiful on the eyes, but I also think this would be a really pretty body highlighter as well. Complexion is now done. It's time to get a little something on the eyes. I have been sitting on these Hourglass eyeshadow palettes and I have yet to try them, so today is the day. We just have to see what these are like. I've seen mixed reviews. This is the Curator eyeshadow palette. I'm going to start with Idealist. They're all neutral, which you know is right up my alley. Boring neutrals, I can't get enough of them. With a fluffy brush, I'm picking up this light corner shade down here. The one complaint, or actually there are two complaints that I've heard. One is that the shimmers or the metallics aren't that great. We will have to see about that. But then the other complaint I heard was the price. Just for 4 eyeshadows, it's a bit too expensive. You have to understand, I've been working in the beauty industry in some capacity for close to 8 years now. I have a huge collection of makeup, tons of large palettes, lots of colorful palettes. So it's not that I hate color, because that's not true. I love a beautiful, colorful palette. The problem is that I have so many of them. I have drawers filled of colorful palettes that I just don't really use that often. And I think it's just the reality. I don't think most people are using colorful palettes on a regular basis. And not all neutrals are created equal. There are some neutral palettes that aren't great quality, or they just don't perform as well. They're not the right undertones. The formula isn't that great. But I can't help but get really excited about a simple, neutral palette. If it's great quality, I'm going to be excited about it, because that's the type of eyeshadow, that's the type of product that I'm actually going to get use out of. I use it on a regular basis. It looks flattering, and maybe I'm wrong, but I cannot help but feel like that's true for most people. When I worked in beauty, when I worked in retail, I was smack dab in the center of the beauty mecca of the department store, and I saw makeup lovers come and go, and almost nobody wore bright, colorful eyeshadow. When I go to events in Miami, which is a very full glam city, there's not a lot of bright, colorful eyeshadow, not that much sparkle going on. I don't like feeling like I'm wasting my money. I definitely don't want any of you to feel like you're wasting your money, or to have regrets on purchases that you're excited in the moment. It's something new and shiny and you go out and purchase, you spend a lot of money, and then you never touch it, because then you're going to be upset with me. With a Rephr 02, I'm going into this matte shade down here. I just can't help it. I love these types of palettes. Ooh. I like it. I was afraid that might end up looking too warm, too pinky, too orange, but no, that's a really pretty color. We're going to tap into the metallic shades next, so who knows, maybe that will ruin it for me, but right now I'm loving these colors. I just placed my Dior holiday order this morning. I was waiting on those dual-ended lipsticks. I didn't want to buy anything until those finally arrived. I bought 2 shades from Sephora as soon as they launched, and just this morning I was notified that they are available on Dior.com, so I checked out. That order will be arriving this week. I will be reviewing Dior Holiday very soon. The top 2 shades are the metallics. Let's start with the lightest shade. This is going to go on the inner lid. Oh wow, that's not disappointing at all. It's actually much brighter than I thought it was going to be. No, I actually kind of like that. Okay, so it's not sparkly, it's not an intense metallic, but it's just kind of a light shimmer. I think that's beautiful. Now this eyeshadow quad retails for $68 on the Sephora website. Do I think it's worth that price? I don't know. If you don't have a lot of eyeshadow and these are your colors and you're gonna wear it every day, I don't mind the price. I mean, with tax, it's gonna be well over $70 for a little quad. You're right up there now with Dior and Chanel pricing. At least it's cruelty-free. The packaging is very beautiful. I would recommend waiting for a sale. If you can save 20%, then you could maybe justify, especially if you already have a lot of neutrals. But quality-wise, I have no complaints. I actually think this is a really beautiful palette. I'm using the other shimmer now to just blend into the browns. It doesn't have that intensely sparkly shade that my Natasha Denona trio has, but I actually think in a way this is a bit more wearable. I love this one. This is Idealist. I finished the eye with a little liquid eyeliner and mascara, and now it's time for lips. I have 2 new products here to try. I also blotted off that peptide lip treatment so my lips aren't glossy anymore. This is a new lipstick from Givenchy. It's called Le Rouge Velvet Matte. I'm going to show you what this looks like first so that you can see what the matte lipstick looks like. If you know me, you know I don't really like to wear mattes. I have this Love Shack Fancy Lawless collaboration Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. This one is Blooming Heirloom, so we'll tap a little bit of this in the center. Create some sort of lip combo. I'm going to start with the lip liner. This is my Dior Beige Tool number 310 Lip Contour, just to give a little definition. This is one of my favorite Dior lip liners. I'm just going to quickly smudge that out. I must say this Givenchy packaging is so stunning. This is very sleek and chic. Reminds me a bit of the new Dior Le Rouge On Stage lipsticks, but those are shiny. That is my ideal formula. These are matte. So I don't typically love a matte lipstick, but I will say 10 out of 10 packaging. At least we prepped the lip with a treatment, so my lips are feeling a little bit more hydrated. Ooh, it's a very pretty color too. Has that very floral Givenchy scent to it. It's pretty strong. It's not my favorite thing about their products. No lip gloss. This is what the lipstick looks like. Of course, the entire face is so glowy right now. I feel like we need to add a little shine to the lips. I just want to see what this looks like. I really like this formula, the Lawless lip glosses. I have one in my purse that I just always reapply. But these look a little bit frosty. Ooh, now this smells like vanilla. This scent I really like. Oh, it's so pretty. They feel so nice. I love this lip gloss formula. It really does feel like it is hugging your lips and filling in every line. And I think the very light sheen, it's not really frosted, but there's a little sheen to the gloss, is exactly what we needed to sort of tie in the look. Although I do think I need to touch up with a little powder, looking a little bit too shiny. The packaging is amazing. I love the shade. I wish it wasn't a matte finish, but top it off with a little gloss, and I think this combination is absolutely stunning. I quickly touched up my hair, and this is the final look. Overall, I think it came together so nicely. There are some clear hits, not really any misses, which is rare when I'm doing a full face of first impressions. A few pieces that I might tweak the next time I use them, but I really love this makeup look. This Gucci Glow Skin Tint I already knew that I loved, but I did not have the best shade. I think the Fair Medium 26 is much better. This YSL Golden Oasis face palette, I mean, this is absolutely stunning. I love the pink highlighter, the blush shades, you get a lot of variety. I think for the price, especially if you pick it up during the savings event, this is a beautiful piece. I can't believe it took me so long to finally try this eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love the Idealist from Hourglass. I have 2 other neutral palettes that are cooler toned that I need to try next, but these mattes are amazing, super flattering shades. This is easily an everyday palette. The Lawless Love Shack Fancy collab. I mean, come on, this was always going to be really special. I love a lipstick or a lip gloss with a slight sheen to it. It's not overly frosty, but this is so pretty. I love the vanilla cupcake scent. The new beauty from Givenchy is really nice. I love this lipstick packaging. I love the shade. Even though I'm not a huge matte lipstick fan, it felt really nice and comfortable on my lips even before I added the lip gloss. And I love the combination. So this I'm definitely going to keep using. The bronzer, I'm excited for another test drive. I think first impression, it's very nice. Maybe I didn't have the best brush for application, and I really think it comes down to not having my makeup properly set with powder, as well as using that cream concealer first. I think if I use this on its own tomorrow, I will feel much happier with it. I still think it's a beautiful shade. I don't have anything bad to say about these powders. I will say they aren't as mattifying as I typically like. And you can tell actually when you look close up at this Say powder. I know it said baked formula and it didn't even say mattifying. It just says baked setting powder. But you can see that it's slightly luminous. It almost looks like one of the Hourglass powders. There's a little bit of a sheen when it's in the pan, so I should have known better. I should have looked close. It is translucent. It's very finely milled. This might work for you as maybe a touch-up powder, could work as a finishing powder, but if you like a matte setting powder, you may struggle with this. For me, this will be for touch-ups as a last, dust a little something on my face before I get out the door, but I really need a solid matte loose powder to set my foundation. But that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you found it helpful to hear my thoughts on these new products. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. I'm not even really sure what that does, so let's test it out together. Everybody, give me a thumbs up today and we'll see what happens. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking all of the products mentioned tagged directly to the screen. I will also list them down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.